and welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship final round at Monza in the GT3 Porsche Cup. I've been watching the pre-qualification, and there's some drivers who are night and day on how they started many months ago. It's amazing to see, I think this is going to be a really interesting race. The championship is won, first of all. But I think what's going to be interesting here is I don't think the field's going to be as predictable as normal. And I personally hope that that's the case, because that sets us up next season for a great battle. Obviously, we don't have tiers in the Porsche Cup. It's one group. And as it stands, there's currently 22 entrants. Even on Monza, which is a large track, I do think we're going to see battles. When qualification switches over, actually this could be qualifying. He started it a little bit early if that's the case. What we'll do is we'll do the usual track guide. I'll take you around the track. Some things to note around the track and things to be aware of. Certainly in the Porsche, where there's no traction control. I was in the GT4s last night. I had a miserable race, to be fair, but it was my own fault. I eased off on the traction control. I wish I hadn't now, unfortunately, because that's what caused me to end my race, really. But having no traction control, there's going to be key areas where you just can't put the power down. Quick hello to Merce, Big Natty, hi. Hi Melvin. How many spin outs tonight? Exactly what I was saying. So hopefully the stream's clear, you can hear me clearly. And from that, the replay on the stream to me doesn't look very clear. I'm hoping it's not the case for you guys. Nothing is different, so as far as I'm aware, everything should appear as normal. What I'm going to do is, after the this lap, I'll jump on board with Carlo, and I'll give you a lap guide. So Carlo's coming down the Rettifilio Tribune, or the Tribune Straight, and this is flat out really. And then what you want to be looking at is the 150 yard marker on the left hand side, 150 metre marker. Brake hard, drift the car in, taking a little bit of the curb, slight bit of power, and drift the curb on the left, and then get your foot flat down into the Curva Grande. Again, this is flat out. Different angles on this one, some take it wide, some take it on the inside. And again on this one, it's flat out until just beyond the 150, between the 150 and the sign. Brake hard, and again drop it down a couple of gears. Take the curb as much as you can, start getting the power down, and off you go. If you get it wrong there, you will spin out. We're now on to the Variante della Ruggiera. We've just done that. We're on the Lesmo 1, coming round onto Lesmo 2, and these both are areas, if you get the acceleration wrong, it'll force you to the right into the barriers. So it's all about balance on the accelerator in this one. We're now on to the Curva del Sariglio, which basically is just a straight, even though it's this curve. It's got a slight curve in it. You're braking just after the workman on the right. Again, cutting the corner into the Variante Ascari. Get the power down, ease off, get the power down, and then fly into the Ascari at this point, which is obviously a very quick straight. Keep your foot down, right up until the end. You'll see the hoardings across the top. Then you'll see a meter mark. Brake after that, drift it down, usually into third. Wait till you see a little man on the right and start getting your power down again. And that's the Curva Parabolica, easy for me to say. And that takes us back down to the Rettifilio Tribune. Okay, so that's a very quick lap tour. And as you can see, we sat with Carlo, and Carlo's just pumped in a 150.1. Very quick lap in the Porsche Cup, I must admit. I was half expecting a 150. He might even do a 149. I think one of the benefits of the Porsche on this track... Oh, we've got a bit of love-making going on there. One of the benefits of the Porsche on this track is the grunt. Obviously, you've got a lot of straights. Because that lap time Carlo's doing, I'm struggling doing in the GT3. So it goes to show you the divide between races and styles, really, on the track themselves. So as I said before, the championship has already been won on this one. But there's lots of places to juggle around in the middle. So I think points are going to be really interesting on this one. Just to get to that midfield and see if people can claim some of that midfield a little bit better, you know, and give them a real good place to end the championship. But keeping it on the black stuff is going to be really important tonight. As I said, a couple of places, if you got your power down too early, the lightness of the nose of the Porsche might save you, or highly unlikely. And I do expect a couple of visits to the pits. Surprisingly as well, the last few races I've watched on this track, I've seen a few drive-throughs where people have took the curbs too generously. It's quite interesting because track limits on this track are actually quite generous, so you'd really have to cut it. And I think what it is, if you outbrake yourself through the first chicane and the second chicane, the temptation is to run across. The problem is if you don't ease off enough, it will give you that track warning. So they're the two areas where I see a track warning more likely. Possibly through the last one onto the Ascari. You can cut the left curb there, but if you cut it too much, it will penalise you. So you can see here Carlo's just pumped in another a 150.9, so he's really not improving on that. We'll jump on board with Shane. Shane's 3/10 up. This will put him into 4th if he pulls it off. He's currently half a second up as well, so he's still got a fair bit of the track to go. So this could be quite a good lap time for Shane, this. So this is one of the tricky corners. You can see there, dead straight as an arrow. Get the power down and just go for it. Shane's looking good. Carlo's looking like he's going to go sub 149. I'll keep my eye on that. Hi Kai. Hopefully the stream's clear. As I said, the replay I've got doesn't look very clear, so I'm hoping you guys are seeing differently to what I'm seeing. Hi Malcolm. So he wouldn't have got a warning there when he went wide, Shane, but his time probably will have been removed from the timing sheets. You can go wide there, but you can't go too wide. Yeah, Carlo's on a flyer. I don't think this is going to put Shane up unless he's got away with track limits. If he's got away with track limits there, I'll be absolutely gobsmacked by it. But, you know, been wrong before. Let's see where this takes us. Yeah, it hasn't registered because he was quick. Yeah, Carlo. I've jumped back on board with Carlo. Carlo's half a second up. He's looking for a 149.7, 149.6 here. If he can get it. So what's he going to go over the line with? He's gone over with a 149.701. So a very, very quick time. I don't think that's going to be beaten. If I was a betting man, that's probably one of the fastest times I've seen in the Porsche around this track. So I think Carlo's probably claimed pole position here. Hi Richard, welcome to the stream. So let's look at someone else who's running well at the moment. We've got Derek, who's obviously won the championship. And from this perspective, he's 3/10 up at the moment. His highest, his record score so far was a 150.5. So he's looking at a 150.2. All he's doing really is solidifying second place, because the gap between him and Neil, who's in 3rd place, is a considerable amount of time difference there. So, you know, I think the guys behind would really have to pull a astonishing lap out of the bag, and Derek's lost time here, so he's not going to better his 150.5 at the moment. You can see he's got a bit wayward there as well. So that's probably Derek's lap over. Neil, I'll jump on board with Neil. Neil is going quicker. This is going to put him into the 150s, but he's not threatening at the moment Derek, who's in 2nd place. So all he's doing at the moment is he's just solidifying that 3rd place on the grid. Melvin, Chris is just on his out lap. I'll jump on board with Chris shortly. Let's just see how Neil goes over the line here. And Neil does do a 150.8. So that again is Neil's fastest time and really just solidifies 3rd place. So Chris, we'll jump on board with now, is on his out lap. So Chris has been obviously very competitive. And in some races the man to beat. Some of them he's just walked off into the distance. As you can see there, Carlo's just done a 149.6. So Carlo's relentless. A couple of shout outs to some of the other drivers. Terry, who's in 4th place at the moment. Jeremy's doing a fantastic job in 5th. Kenneth, who's in 6th. Shane, who we were following before, is in 7th. And we've lost somebody who was doing really well. That's such a shame. Jack Jacobs was absolutely flying. His pre-warm-up was fantastic. Now, I noticed his ping had shot up before. He has left. Now, I hope that's nothing to be concerned about. But I'm wondering whether he's had... I think the last race his computer froze, didn't it? And he had to reboot and reset it all. So hopefully he can get back in time, because his time will still stand. And I think he was in 4th. So come on, Jack. Hopefully you'll get back in, mate. And your time will still stand. I'm hoping everything's good there. He's going to rejoin. I think Chris here is looking to get a good lap in. He's running out of time, really. I don't really want to see him having to fight from the back, although, again, it's great viewing when I think Derek had to do it. Great for the stream, but not great for the racer. I'm just keeping my eye on here just to see if Jack does come back on. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing him. So, as it stands, it's looking a bit ominous for him, really. I know a couple of races ago he was on about the storms rolling in. And I wonder if a storm started coming in, but his ping did go red. I noticed that. Everyone else's was relatively good. But yeah, his has shot up. Let's see if he can get back on board. It's typical, isn't it? You have probably one of the greatest starts you've had, and then your computer decides, no, I'm going to say no today. You're not doing it, you're not having it. He's really struggling into that corner, Chris, isn't he? You can see there. The car's just not slowing down and turning for him. He's having to lose a lot more time than he probably wants to. Interesting to see where this takes him. I still can't see Jack. There's nothing in Discord from what I can see. There's a few cars going off, as you can see, a number of yellow blobs on the track. Again, I'll keep track of incidents to the best I can. The last race I did, there was just too many incidents at the start, and I did miss a number of incidents. And I think I also, because I'd watched the tail end of incidents, I think I'd probably called people out incorrectly as well. I think I mentioned Mark Wyman looked like he was guilty of one of them. In actual fact, he was the innocent bystander. So I have spoke to Mark and apologised to him. I say I can only go from what I see. It's very difficult to pick a story up when you see the tail end. Yeah, again, you shouldn't assume, but it's very difficult when you've got all the facts around you. So how's he done, Chris, here? So Chris has got himself into 4th. So he's done well there. He's got himself a safety net now, and you can see he's going to hunt Neil down. I expect him to be quicker this lap. The tyres warming up more, and he's probably got his braking distances sorted. So I'm half expecting him here to get into 3rd place, where I thought Neil was initially looking strong. I mean, Neil's a great racer, obviously, but I think you can see Chris has nailed it this time. Let's see how he goes through the chicane, because I think the chicane is where he struggled a little bit the last lap. Has he got the angles right? You can see the complete difference there. Power down much earlier. So I'd already say he's probably half a second up on this lap, at least. Now, if he's half a second up, he's going for 2nd place on the grid. Just hope other guys in front of him see him coming and let him by, because as you can see, he's absolutely flying there. And that car in front of him is... who is it? It's Terry. So Terry's also got some good times in as well, so hopefully a bit of mutual respect will come in there. Might get a good toe off him though. Oh, he's having to ease off. That's such a shame. I mean, Terry's probably on a good lap as well, to be fair. You can just see the speed difference there. I think that's penalised him a little bit, yeah, massively. He's now in negative time, so he's not going to improve that lap. Is he going to get over the line just in time to get another one? Has he got the fuel to do it? He's going to get another lap in, so he can go again if he's got the fuel. Right, let's just sit on board for this final lap. And there's yellows as he's coming down here. Obviously people are escaping out of the game. Gone in a little bit deep there, but has managed to keep it going. It just seemed to break a little bit too deep. Jack's not rejoined. That's such a shame. Such a shame. Oh, so frustrating if that happens. Keep having problems. Did he get this put right? Braking hard. Bit to drift into the curb. Yeah, fine. It was slightly deeper there, but he's alright. He's kept the momentum going. Looked like he flipped the rear around a little bit there just to give him a bit more traction. You see he's just tapping the accelerator, just keeping the momentum going around the bend. You can see he's just starting to get the car sliding, so he's obviously on the edge. Yeah, very good there. Very tight, very tidy. He is 1/10 up at the moment, so potentially threatening Neil at this point. He needs to pull something out of the bag here to claim that third place. It's sideways there. I think that might have just... yeah, he's lost his time there. Well, I think, yeah, you can see he's pulled it over. Such a shame that he was looking pretty good there. I think we know though there's going to be some great racing as a result of what we've seen in qualifying here. A considerable number of fast guys. Position it what oh, we lost Carlo. Something's gone wrong there. Carlo's not at the front of the grid unless I'm missing something. It's got Derek as a pole here, then Neil. Now there's something gone wrong here. These start positions don't quite look right to me, so I don't know what's gone on there. Because Carlo was definitely pole and Chris was in fourth, and I'm seeing Carlo. Oh, okay. This is an updated version of software, so I have no idea the start grid, unfortunately. It's got the drivers all over the place, so I'll have to wait till the race gets going. My apologies for that. I just cannot tell who's who or who's where on the track at the moment. Technology, don't you just love it?
20 seconds.
Yeah, so God knows what's happened there. They were updated just before I went online, so I think they've given something in one hand and taken in the other. So unfortunately, I can't really tell who's pole. Apart from we know it's Carlo, Derek and Neil. Then Chris. I think Terry was next, but I was struggling beyond that. I'm not even going to try and work out who's who. Off we go. Bit of a rolling start there. You can see Chris is stuck further back. Oh, he's got himself go again, but you can see a lot of cars ghosting behind there. So that's caused us a few problems in a race recently. We're ghosting because it does allow you to obviously maintain your position. Hopefully everyone's going to catch up. I have no idea who to click on because I don't know where anybody is on the grid. So this is not my fault. First of all, guys, it's the software I'm using. It has had an update. I will be firing it back and saying it's a bit of a problem. Yeah, no matter what I look at, it's showing me the times all completely different. We'll just have to wait for the race to get going, and it should be lights out and away we go. Right, okay, it's correcting itself now. So it's Carlo obviously in first, with Derek giving him a good run here. So Carlo's in the black Porsche and Derek's in the blue-red Porsche, if you like. You can see a couple of cars there. No contact, very close, but no contact. How's it looking behind? Exceptionally clean so far. Still clean. Look at that. Yeah, there was touches, but I actually don't think anybody's been taken out. That was exceptional. So a couple of incidents there, but very, very minor ones in the grand scheme of things. So Neil Bywaters, I think lost a place initially, but has gained it back again from Andreas. You can see Chris is giving Andreas a bit of pressure there, and I think he's trying to gain back his position because obviously he was quite handy on the grid at the start there. But Andreas had a great start. It looks like we've had a bit of a incident at the back of the grid between car 65, which is Peter Miles, and car 12, which is Dimitri Stathis. Nothing major, as both cars are still running. But I'm not going to just switch to all the incidents as they occur. I'll try and keep my eyes on where the race is at the moment, and obviously keep ourselves focused. As you can see, the pace of these cars means people are going to be able to pass on the straights quite easily. Yes, Melvin, it does show it can be done with a bit of patience. Hi Robert, welcome to the stream. There has been another incident. Car 73, which is Stefan, with car 12, which is Dimitri again. So again, it doesn't seem to be causing problems there. But again, I'll keep my eye on it as what's going on. You can see there, obviously, Chris has managed to take Andreas, but Andreas is coming back full force here. Very, very strong braking zone. Car 30 has been involved in an incident, which is Souza. At the moment, it's not telling me who with, but he has made it over the line, so that tells me it wasn't much of a problem. Okay, so it looks like there's a bit of action going on here. There you go. So I'm just going to go back onto that, see what's caused that. I'm not too sure what's happened there in relation to an incident, but it looks like a car's gone off. I don't know if they've outbroke themselves. I'm hoping I've kept the replay and got the right person here. These have dropped down the grid significantly. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry for laughing, but wow. They're sending it and they're sending it. And I think that was a proper send. Wow. That's quite astonishing, that one. There's nothing like missing your braking zone. I thought he was going to get away with it and just hit the barrier, but unfortunately it looks like he's managed to take a couple of cars out there. Yeah, that wasn't who's he took out there. Difficult to say he took out. Yeah, Malcolm makes up the clean first lap. Just going to jump on board with Andreas, because Andreas is still giving Chris a run here. And I don't know if he's going to get him as a result of, being in a slipstream, because he's in the right place here. I don't know what he was doing, Craig, there, to be honest. Asleep at the wheel. I think he was asleep on a different track. Carlo there with a 151, setting the mark straight away. 151.3. I don't think Andreas is going to catch Chris. He's in a good position, Andreas, here. Quite up the grid. He's got a nice gap behind him with PJ behind him. So if he can keep himself going, might have a Norse battle shortly with the Swedish in the finish. Okay, I'm going to jump on board with Peter. Because Peter looks like he's taking on Bruce here. So we've got Peter, Bruce, Uwe, Dimitri and Kenneth in a small bunch of cars here. There's a bit of a gap behind, which is Jeremy. Looks like Stefan's gone off as well. He's just dropped a couple of places quite quickly there. No incident. It just looks like he's gone off a little bit. Put the timing screens on for you, because it is slightly different this time, the timing screens. So what you'll see on the timing screens now is you'll see cars. Oh, got that one wrong. I think he's missed the curb there slightly. You'll notice on the timing screens it's giving you a green and a red as people are losing places. So I will keep that on. It has enhanced the experience, and the interface is much better as well. Obviously after the first start lap. Okay, let's jump on board with where we're up to. We're just trying to see who's a big gainer. Willie's gaining on Thierry. As far as I'm aware, Thierry hasn't passed Willie, so Willie's going for the move here. Is he going to go up the inside? He's very respectful, Willie, actually. He's none of this sending it shenanigans. You know, he will respect the other drivers. You can see how... keep it. Well done there, Willie. Thought you were going to tank slapper it then, but no, you didn't. You kept it going. Well done. And Andreas has done a 151.1, so he's definitely on the move at the moment. I'm just going to switch to him because he... Oh, what a shame. There's been bedlam. There's cars everywhere. Let's just go back to that. I don't know what's happened there. Let's see what's going on there. Something's gone amiss there, and I'm not too sure what it is. Well, Andreas is flying down. Definitely got the run on Chris, but he's running out of track as well, is he? He's not going for the pass, he's going for the outside. He's hit the grass. He's hit the grass and took them both out by the looks of it. You can see he just got his rear wheel on the grass. Oh dear, what a shame. I think that's also... I don't know how much damage. So where's Chris in all this? Chris is carrying on. The big mover, the big gainer there really was Jeremy. Jeremy managed to move up a couple of places as a result of that. And we're now on board with Bruce, who has been catching Uwe. So let's just stay on board with Bruce for a minute and see what's going on in relation to him and Uwe. Uwe is obviously one of the guys who skinned his own car. I didn't jinx anybody, Robert. I'm good at that, to be honest. Every time I say something, it seems to happen. I should maybe not commentate anymore and just be quiet. Right, so you can see here, still some good laps coming in. Carlo again with a 150.8. I think Andreas is going to start. Unless he's got car trouble, I think we'll see him start pushing forward again here. Bruce has got a good run here. And Terry's catching Andreas now. I'm just going to jump on board with Terry. Because if there is problems with Andreas's car top end, we'll see it here. Because this is quite a quick straight. Bruce has managed to take Jeremy, by the way. Missed it because obviously he jumped back a little bit. But I don't know whether Jeremy just gave over to him there. But good pass there, to be fair. Saying Shane's just managed to pass Terry as well. Quite a gaggle of cars here, to be fair. Let's go to the Helicam view. Okay, let's just do a quick 10-second back from that. Gotta work out what caused that. That was Andreas by the looks of it. Having a love tap. Okay, so a bit of a spoiler there. So Kenneth again, flying. Just jump forward. Kenneth has just managed to pass Terry. And he's now setting on his way to try and catch Shane up, who to be fair, is a little bit further down the track, a couple of seconds in front of him down the track. Oh, and there you go. Perfect timing. It's one of them corners I said, if you put the power down, you will visit the barrier. I'm surprised that barrier's still standing because I hit it enough times yesterday, to be fair. So, yeah, that's exactly what I said was going to happen as part of my track introduction. And that's exactly what has happened there. So let's jump on board with Andreas. You can see Andreas is now managing to pass Sousa. Although Sousa's defending. I'm just wondering whether Andreas has got that in the mind now. Is it safe to pass? He's obviously still got the pace. Still doing well there. Thanks, Malcolm. I'm going to have to stop it, aren't I? I can't commentate anymore. Right, he's got him up the inside. This has got to be safe. This has got to be safe. Yeah, he's made the pass. Yeah, I think he's pretty safe there. He's got past. Oh, come on, Craig. That's not nice. That he's on a hat trick. You're right, but I think the first one he got on the dirt. We're on board here with Neil. Neil's putting a lot of pressure on Derek here, so we'll be interested to see how this spans out. This is the closest battle on track at the moment. Two very, very quick drivers. See the smoothness around the corners with Neil there, though. Just going to jump back a couple of cars. Yeah, I was about to say Chris has just took PJ. I tried to catch it in time, but I couldn't. So Chris is hunting Neil down now. So Chris has recovered. Obviously not got too much car damage in relation to that. So he's now hunting down Neil, who's 7 seconds further ahead. You can just see the two cars turning left up front there. I'm just going to jump back and forward with Neil. Neil's still trying to catch Derek here. Got two cars in the pits. Kenneth Lingham, who's obviously just received damage from his crash, and Nikos, who tried the send of all sends earlier on, which unfortunately, fair to say, backfired a little. Hi Jonathan, welcome to the stream. Hi Harrison, welcome to the stream. Action packed, some incidents already. Tried to keep abreast of them. The start was amazingly clean, and then all hell broke loose after the first lap. So, touch of irony there, and every time I say something's not going to happen, it goes and happens. So yeah, I'm going to have to be quiet a little bit. Derek's gone really wide there. You can see the drive difference though. He's got a slapper there, has he? Yep. So Derek's, you could see he broke a little bit late. Got his car too far right and had to oversteer it, which meant the back could come round a little bit. And that's allowed Neil to get him under power. Now this will be interesting if Derek can keep him at bay. If he can keep Derek at bay, as we know, Derek's a quick guy. I don't know who Howard Cossell is, Harrison. So yeah, I've not got a clue there. Looks like Dimitri's gone off track. He's just lost 4 places. You may have seen that in the timing tower there. But yeah, I think Derek's gonna, and I think Shane's just passed PJ to gain a place. So Chris is now closing the gap on Derek. It's down to 5.5 seconds. So I think from that perspective, it's starting to look interesting, shall we say. I think this is where the race is at the moment. It's the closest on the track. Okay, let's see how we manage this next lap or so. See if there's any going to be further any intrusion into the times. It does seem to have stabilised a little bit. Carlo with a 150.5, and Carlo's just being relentless. He's 10 seconds ahead up front at the moment, so significantly ahead. I can show you the delta as well, so you're aware of the gap between the car. Although the delta, yeah, it's refreshing, so you can just there's the delta on the lap actually, whether they're down or they're up on the current lap. The gap, that's what I wanted. That's better. The gap. But all these tools and toys, and I'm still learning how to use it, so I'll get there. There's some new enhancements coming as well in the near, not too distant future, to make it even easier to use. So the incidents, it'll self-home in onto the incidents for you, rather than me having to fight for the incidents to find out where they are. The ability as a system will highlight the incidents. Terry's just took PJ. Carlo could start at the pits, to be honest. I don't know about a Lewis penalty. He certainly doesn't drive like Lewis. I'm just going to jump back. I'm about to say Peter was catching Thierry there, second time there. Terry's lost a couple of places. I think he's gone wide. Interesting. The car got off in front. Someone's gone wide. Whoa! I don't know who that was. I think that might have been Wyman. No, it wasn't Wyman. I don't know who it was actually. I didn't recognise the car. PJ? Oh, PJ's falling down. There you go. PJ's gone off. So he's sat in the sand at the moment. He's lost lots of places there. I'm going to jump on board with Jeremy. Jeremy's gaining on Uwe here. And Andreas is gaining on Jeremy, as you can see from behind. So we've got a three-way battle going on here at the moment. Car 40 still rejoining the track. 46, which is PJ. See there, Jeremy a little bit defensive. Where you can see, I think he broke himself a little bit. I don't know if they're on a one-stopper or not, Melvin. I don't know what the fuel's like on the Porsche. If you're going flat out, I should imagine you're going to have to do something because they're quite thirsty, the Porsches. But to be honest, if you're that quick and he gets the gap enough, a splash and dash will be enough. Everyone's going to have to do the same. Maybe some of the guys at the back, if they get lapped, will have one less lap to do. That could protect them a little bit. I think this little battle going on here is quite interesting. PJ's still running down the track, so he's obviously struggling. Mark Wyman's moved up to 18th, and Stefan's moved up to 19th. PJ's now in the pits. Oh, we've had an incident there. Quick, let's go back to that. That was Andreas. Let me just go back 10 seconds. Am I going to catch it or have I missed it? Oh dear. If you've never seen a... okay. That was quite a punt, that. That's such a shame, that. Because, yeah, that was a significant punt. Don't know, Terry must have just completely lost his braking point. Obviously, hitting a car from behind it like that, they will have damaged the aero at the back. So Andreas' car's not going to have any corners at this point, the way he's driving. Because obviously he's already been involved in a couple of incidents. You can see he's strolling there. We're riding on board with Dimitri at the moment. I think you can see he's definitely got aero damage there. Carlo's still putting the laps in. I would expect Dimitri to catch him at this point. If he's struggling that much. You just saw him in one of the corners. The back end's just not responding. It may be his tyres have just overheated a little bit. Yeah, he's not making inroads there, is he, Dimitri? Jump on board with Thierry. Oh, that was bad timing. Let's just go back. Something's happened there. Oh, my timing's spot on this time, isn't it? On the inside, and he gets cut. So I think that was Peter. Okay, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. So someone's passing. Someone's passing Willie at the moment. No contact, please. Mark Wyman's at the back of these three. We've got Willie, Thierry, and Mark Wyman. Is that right? I'm not getting that right because that's an English flag. Mark Wyman, yeah. And Willie. So Wyman's down the inside here. This is all about putting the brakes on in the right place. I don't think any of them wanted to crash there, to be honest. Nice cornering by Wyman, to be fair, though. I think Wyman's should get a good run out of here. I was saying that, if that is Thierry... It is Thierry's car, isn't it? It is. Interesting. Thierry sent me a load of his skins. I wonder if that's one of them. It is a really nice livery, to be fair, that. I think he's done a cracking job, or wherever he's acquired it from, but he sent me a raft of them. So this might be the first time one of his liveries are appearing on the stream. I'm sure he's going to be ecstatic about that. Really pleased with it. These three here are probably the closest race on the track. Thierry, Mark and Willie. Everyone else is a good second ahead. I am keeping my eye on Andreas. Dimitri did pass him, by the way. I think Andreas has gone off again because Dimitri's 9 seconds ahead of Andreas. So I think Michelle's the next one to catch Andreas up. So if we get to see that, I'll roll forward to jump on board with Michelle. He's catching him at a rate of knots as well, looking at it. Just see. Not too sure actually, the timings are all over the place. Andreas is caught up with Dimitri again, so let's just jump on board with that. This car sounds okay. Oh, there's a Uwe there. Looks like he's gone for a tour. We're going to see Andreas get him again here. He's got a good drive. Looking at it. Up the inside. Get your braking right. Bit of respect by both drivers required. Oh. That's another one. Who was it who said that trick? Craig? Is that bingo? Got to consider Andreas had his second jab yesterday. He wasn't feeling too well. So, side of caution there. I'm wondering whether he is actually struggling a little bit. But it's one of them things. Once you're on track, you don't really want to quit. And unfortunately, I think he might be paying the price a little bit in relation to that. There has been another incident. And it's the Andreas one that's recorded. The car has gone off track as well, I think. But they have managed to recover. Robert, mine was the first one. I couldn't move my arm for a week. It was I'd lost all. Well, I hadn't lost sense in it. I just couldn't move it. The pain was terrible. I really didn't suffer. I suffered for about 6 hours. But my second one weren't too bad at all. I think my arm was sore for about 6 hours, 12 hours, something like that. Come on, Craig. Not in the public eye. Don't need all that sort of information. Right, I'm just going to jump on board with Jeremy because Jeremy's catching Bruce here. I know he's been catching him a while, but the timing screens are showing up. Oh, Bruce has took a bit of a shortcut, so he should let Jeremy pass by virtue of doing that. Fair dues to him. So I don't think he'll incur a penalty because he did actually go quite slow there. So that's give Jeremy now an open track, and it's put a gap between him. So Wyman and that all managed to pass Uwe when Uwe spun off. Wyman's now past Peter, and he's now hunting down Willie. I'm going to keep on board with this one. Willie's having a great race. He's in 13th here. Just to show, just keep it clean and keep it on the tarmac. It sounds such a simple thing to say, but it just appears to work. I mean, Willie's doing really well actually. He seems to be managing to keep Mark at bay. I've raced with Mark before. He's actually quite a handy racer. Once he gets to grips with the car, you can see Willie's just overcooked it a little bit there. He's overcooked it in the right place. I'm not sure whether he got a penalty for that or a warning. See the different lines there. Willie doesn't really tend to use the curbs. He did there a little bit, but not compared to the likes of Mark and Peter, who have gone right onto the fabric. That's pulling away, Willie. Let's go on board with Andreas, who's catching Dimitri. Is it going to happen this time? Almost like he's learning his lesson, Andreas. 36 minutes to go. Obviously an hour race. We're all an hour this week. Got a good run here. Is he going to get it this time? If his car's struggling on power though, you can see Uwe coming out the pits there. He's struggling top end, isn't he? He's just not got that grunt at the top end. I think he's going to find it difficult to pass. He's got a good drive out of there though. Oh, he's gone too wide though. He'll have lost traction on the right hand side of the car there. Peter Miles has took Wyman, so I think Wyman's gone wide. I'm going to jump forward. As Chris Bourne has caught up with Derek. So this has really become interesting now. And Neil Bywater's not too far up the road. So Chris Bourne, who was involved in the incident earlier on, has obviously not received damage to his car. Was keeping it going. And PJ is going to make this interesting. He's staying to the right side of the track for them. Be interesting to see whether Chris gets a good run down here. A little bit of a lag then, I could see. Got him. Is he going to manage it with PJ? PJ's giving them the space. Chris is coming up the inside. It's all about braking and getting the braking right here. He's got the better line there. Derek shielded a little bit there, the safe option. And I think we're now going to see Chris hunt down Neil. He's got a way to go. I think he might just do it though. He seems to be on a man on a mission. He's not doing the fastest lap, but he's definitely a man on a mission at the moment. Andreas again is catching Dimitri. Is he going to get the legs on him, or is he going to struggle? Because he does seem to gain, and I don't know if it's just because he gets better driver in the corner, but as he comes to the straight and Dimitri hits top end, he seems to struggle. Dimitri in the number 12 Sim Racing Montreal car. He does occasionally come on the stream, has a chat with us as well. Yeah, you can see just as he needs that extra burst of power, he hasn't got it. See, his car's pretty much battered up there, which undoubtedly is going to, I think, is going to spoil his experience of the drive there as well. Chris Bourne is eating into that gap between him and Neil Bywater, saying that Bywater's going quick this lap. He's nearly a second a lap faster, Chris Bourne. Yeah, his open bonnet, it just causes drag, and I think that's the problem at top end. He's just got too much drag. As I said, you can see he gains, but when he goes into the aero to get past him, it's just almost like he hits a brick wall. His car just seems to slow down again. Peter Miles, who's featured a few times, is now catching up Willie. Again, Willie's still in 13th place. So Peter's managed to pass Mark Wyman as a result of this. Hi, Jack. We were a little bit concerned, mate, because you're having a fantastic pre-qualifier and starting to look good in qualifying. And then I noticed your ping went red, and then you just vanished. So your dreaded PC let you down, I'm hoping, rather than something else innocuous has gone on there. But you were looking really quick, fella. I said to Kai earlier, some of the lap times you're putting in were wow, really good. Oh, you lost your internet. What a shame. Willie might have got a penalty there. That was very, very cut that very, very significantly there. So Andreas did pass Dimitri, sorry, as we saw, but Andreas looks like he's gone off. You can see his car's looking in worse shape than ever, and I think he's he's decided to give up. Okay, let's jump on board with Peter again, where we were a minute ago. I was really looking forward. I actually said as well, you mentioned the other day about a storm. So all you're doing is everything I said on the stream, you're just agreeing with it. So I think such a shame, Jack's probably one of the quickest things I've seen you do in the Porsche, mate. You were absolutely flying. I mean, at one point you were leagues ahead until Carlo come on, and even then you weren't letting Carlo get away. I think you'd have been in the top 5 easily. Looking forward to seeing you on track again, fella. That amount of improvement is absolutely stunning. Now, obviously, I've watched you through the season. The highs and lows, I think it's fair to say. And it's nice when you see someone put it all together and it all pays off. You know, I've seen that with many drivers. Willie's now in 12th. I've commented about Willie, you know, in the past. Sousa, who's in front of Willie, he's another one. You know, they've had some awful races in the past. They've stuck at it. They've done what they believe in. And they're just starting to reap the benefits. So just jump forward with Sousa. You can see Sousa's just passed. Must be a back marker that. I'm trying to work out who that is. So that, I'll tell the car is. Yeah, whoever it is, he's going faster than I am. So Sousa's having a flyer here. Willie, as we've seen before, having a storming race. Andreas is still in the pit. He's been in the pits now for 1 minute and 47. And Peter Miles is having a good run as well. So Peter and Willie, I think Sousa as well was one of them. In the, was it GT4s last week? I think it might have been GT4s. I was racing with these guys at the back. I was 20 seconds behind. And obviously I'm a Group 1 racer, and when it comes to GT4s, it's a different class, I fully get that. But I thought to myself, you know, I'll catch these guys up, I'll get them on a straight, get them on a bend. Wow, I just couldn't believe how much these guys have improved. You know, you mentioned there, Jack, about the lines, controlling the car. If one single thing I've noticed with a lot of these drivers over the course of this season, and certainly doing the commentary, I get to see it a lot more in detail than on the track and watching the replays, is you see how drivers have evolved. You know, and I struggled passing Peter. I did get past him only because I forced him into a mistake. I mean, I went off and he did pass me in the end anyway. Willie at one point could have passed me. He chose not to because he wanted to mirror me to see what I was doing on the lines. Because obviously if you can learn how someone's going faster, you can go faster. And it was really good. I mean, I had a cracking race at the back. You know, I want to be up at the front with the fast guys, but I was having equally as much fun at the back. And as some who've seen me stream before, I don't let these things get me down. You know, I had an appalling race yesterday. I pitted, did a quit. No, I just carried on. And, you know, it's about enjoying it. Enjoy the experience. We've had, let's face it, we've had an awful 18 months. And I see this as gaining a whole host of new friends. Okay, granted you're virtual and all that. If you guys ever come over to the UK and you're anywhere near, I'd gladly meet any of you for a beer or a coffee or something. Wouldn't even flinch at the opportunity. Anyway, less of the waffling, eh? As you can see there, Miles nearly took Owens. Didn't quite get it, but it looks like he's got a good run here. Again, lagging over the start-finish line. Again, I wonder if it's the game. I don't know if he's going to pass him here or not. Willie's not here giving it anything. I'll buy anybody a drink, Craig. No issue there, mate. I'm not one of these. You don't need a spanner to get 50p's out of my pocket. I travel the country quite a lot as well. Well, I will do when I get back into my work. And what I'll do is I'll publish where I am, and if anybody fancies meeting up, I'm more than happy to meet up. And, you know, have a drink, buy a drink, whatever. And I mean, I do travel all over the place, both north and south of the border. And across to the Emerald Isle as well. I would be over there for a month at the moment, but unfortunately because of restrictions and that, I'm doing it all virtually. I'm spending all day on Teams. Oh, looks like Miles has had a bit of a problem there. I don't know if he's letting that Carlo. Yeah, he's letting Carlo past. Fair comment. That's it, Jack. That's exactly my sentiments. You feel like you know many people. You know, we chat online. We comment on each other's posts. And, you know, you get the feeling there's a really good bunch of people out there that you just never met. And, you know, it does in some respects show you the world isn't the place we all think sometimes it is. Scotsman spending money. I'm sure you can stretch to your pocket, Melvin. I'll buy one first. Unless you get that phone call. I've got to go. Me teasing the dog. Just as it's your turn to buy around. Oh, Andreas is back. You can see him in the mirror. In a suitably souped up. You can see the speed difference actually. Suitably souped up Porsche there. Pristine. No flapping panels. He's already managed to... oh, he's not going for it this time. Oh, don't hit him. He's got a sparkling new car. Oh, he's gone wide. Just trying to work out who that is in the black car. Is that Nikos? I'm not sure. Can't see the number. It doesn't mean the timing tables that represent where they are, you see. It's to do with their position on track. Yeah, I've got a few trips to Scotland coming up. Got a presentation to someone on Monday, and then there's another one coming up in the Edinburgh area. So yeah, I'll be getting myself hopefully up to that neck of the woods soon. But yeah, I'll definitely be in Ireland shortly, and then I'll probably end up down south, the London area, working down there for a couple of weeks with some of my clients. Right, I don't think that was contact, was it? Let me go back 10 seconds. Did he overcook it there? Actually wasn't. Oh yeah, he's gone onto the grass. That new car feeling is ruined. Let's jump forward with Peter. Peter's still after Willie here. Oh no no no! Oh dear. Don't put your foot down, you'll carry on into the barrier. Gatwick and West Sussex, yeah, I've got a customer just round the corner from there actually. Usually stay at a hotel not far from Gatwick. The curse. How many's that am I on, Robert? I must be doing well today. Right, let's focus off Peter. He was doing really well, Peter. Let's give somebody else the benefit of my my curse. Carlo's just flying up front. That's terrible. Chris Bourne, let's just jump on board with him. He's not gaining yet, but he's passing a few back markers. Let's just do a comparison of his and Neil's lap, so we can see how it's looking. So look at the lap times, a 151.78 and a 151.71. Wow, if ever there's two guys who are matched, that's pretty amazing. That, not much in them at all. I mean, look at the splits, 36.531 and 36.543. I think that's Nikos into the wall there. Amazing split times there. So close. Thanks, Robert. Honestly, that's quite funny, that. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you guys have got a really good sense of humour. It makes it all worthwhile. It's great chatting while I'm streaming as well, rather than just sat in a room talking to myself. Any neighbours walking past must wonder what the hell I'm doing. Sat in a room, just talking to me telly. Obviously I'm not, but they don't know that. I'm just looking at lap times on these two. The last lap. Yeah, they're still unbelievable. A 158.819 and a 151.792. How'd you split that? You just don't, do you? How consistent are both of they? Absolutely fantastic. Really fantastic. Right, I'm just looking down the timing trails now. There's actually very few battles going on track. There's a couple of cars close to each other here. So that's Neil passing a few cars, I think. So that's Neil. Yeah, he's been passing a few back markers. He's catching up to Willie. We'll just ride on board with Neil at the moment, just as he passes a few of the back markers. It's difficult to see how Chris is going to catch him. Oh, I hear thunder. We've got storms coming. Not heard a rumble in a long time. Certainly not my stomach. So if the stream goes off, you know why. It should be okay. It looks like it's a bit of a distance away. Yeah, so Neil's flying there. I think it's fair to say. I don't think it'll be long before he catches Willie, but I will say Willie's now in 11th position. Absolutely fantastic. So you can see the timing screen of who's where on the grid. Kenneth looks like he retired to the pits. That's why he's not being shown. PJ is the last runner on the track. And I think he was in the pits as well. He's had 2 pit stops. Everyone from 14th back has had 2 pit stops. So consequently, everyone in front of that is running really well. So we just look at how each driver's doing in comparison to how they started. There's 2 numbers stand out there. I think you can see Dimitri and Willie. Dimitri's made 12 places, and Willie's made 10, and Michelle's made 8. Absolutely outstanding the way that's working. Yeah, some really good places being made there, I think it's fair to say. Let's go back and put it was the gap on it, wasn't it? Just so you can see the gap of the cars. Okay, so as you can see, I've removed the default Competizione one because they've changed the timing tower a lot now. You can do a few things with it now, actually. Not that it's any use in the Porsche, but you can put the manufacturer on. As I said, not much use in the Porsche. You can put the car numbers on. You can put the delta, which is how they're doing this lap compared to the last lap, the best lap should I say. The current lap time, which is obviously always ticking. The gap between the cars. Fastest lap of each driver. So again, quite a good static view there. You can look at the position delta, which is what we're looking at a minute ago. You can look at the nation, obviously all the flags, and as I showed you before, the manufacturer. So actually, they've done quite a lot to the timing tower actually. After each session, I've got the opportunity to fill in a questionnaire about what worked well, what didn't work well. I think my feedback for this session was the start, because the start had no the grid of the start was not representative of the physical grid, so that really threw me a little bit. So I couldn't actually do the equivalent of a grid walk because I wouldn't have known who was where, unfortunately. You know, I knew the top 4 or 5 cars, but that was it. So I think they'll be getting some feedback in relation to that. It's coming along nicely, this software. There's a lot you can do with this now. They're supporting speed traps, where you can record what cars are doing at certain points in the track. You know, you can compare the best lap instead of the last lap, so you can see how they're doing in relation to the best lap. Yeah, that's quite a good one, that, to be fair, Robert. I do like that one, rather than having to think about it. You know, anybody in red is struggling, anybody in green is doing really well, and I think it gives you a good indication of where they're up to in relation to that. But yeah, it's coming on. It's good to be part of the development team, to be honest. Not development team per se as in developing it, but providing feedback. It's not just me, there's obviously a lot of people. So yeah, it's becoming really nice. Yeah, we saw that, Kenneth. I think you hit the wall. And I think you got your tyres on the dirt and you hit the wall or spun. And we saw you go into the pits, and obviously we think you retired in the pits. Car 73's gone off track, that's Stefan. Carlo 150.3, so Carlo's still putting the fast laps in. The guy who's on a flyer at the moment is Dimitri, but he's quite a gap between him and Jeremy. Jeremy's having a cracking race in 7th. Someone's left the server. I'm trying to work out who that is who's just left the server. Car number 18 and 21 have both left. I don't know who they were, unfortunately, but we've lost 2 drivers. Okay, so that's Neil. So let's just do a lap comparison between these two again. See what the lap times are looking like now. So Neil a 152.3 and a Chris a 152 flat. So still, you know, really quick lap times between the Brits there. Nothing to split them really. I mean, you know, 3/10 if you want to pick a tick, but it just seems to be so consistent. What do you think of Just Cursed Jeremy? Okay. We shall see. We shall see. Time will tell, as you said there. Bit of an overtake up front. I don't know whether that's for it's not for position. I've not seen anyone progressing and being close to anybody else. So that to me looks like it was some overtaking. But Willie's just overtook. So Willie's just overtook Derek, which I'm a bit confused about. Am I missing something there? I'm a bit confused because it showed actually Willie. It looked like to me on the I've got a different thing that shows the space of the cars. It's like a graphic rather than a time. And I think it must have been just a pure timing thing. It looked like Willie had passed him, unless Derek did go wide and Willie took him. I don't know. Chris and Derek have got a similar gap between them compared to Neil. As you can see there from the timing screens, not much in them really. I mean, Willie's having an absolute flying race here. And he's actually going quicker, Willie, as well. He's keeping up with Derek, isn't he? Keep it going, Willie. Just keep up with Derek. He'll pull you along. Oh, don't go into the grass. Bit wide there, Willie. Keep it going, keep it going. Carlo's 33 seconds ahead. So, yeah, I think it's pretty much nailed on what's going on there. I'm just going to jump back to Andreas. Andreas is catching Wyman up. I don't think this is position. I think this is in passing, making up a lap. I don't know how much damage Andreas' car received on the second bump after his pits. Got a good drive down there. Oh, Kenneth, you get hit by Nikos flying through the corner. Oh, whoa! Whoa! Andreas then. Wow. That must have been quite eye-opening. Let's go back. Look at that from Andreas' car from inside. This is quite exciting. So you can see he goes to the outside here, and it looks like Wyman loses the balance of the car on the corner. You can see he's given the space. He's lost the balance. Absolutely fantastic. That was a bit of excitement we've had for a while. Again, still no incidents. It's been quiet since lap 23. Okay, I'm gonna. Ooh, who am I jumping through? Because for some reason it's not putting us to Andreas. Oh, there he is. I think it lost its way there a little bit. Let's go back to Chris Bourne and Neil. See what the timings are like. Oops. 51.9 and 52.5. I think Chris is slowly getting to grips with it a little bit there. Now, that's Bruce Hopkins in front, isn't it? I think. That's not going to be Derek, surely, because that means he's being lapped. Derek's 8 seconds behind. I would expect at some point Bruce is going to let him past. Got a very good run out of here. So yeah, he's got him here. I think this is that little bit of a draft there, I think, is going to give Chris an ever so slight edge. And just around the corner is Mr. Bywater. So if we jump in now, we should see Neil. And there he is. You see a couple of cars. Neil and Andreas. So I'm just going to jump to Andreas just to see what's going on. Let's jump to Neil, sorry. Yeah, so Neil and Andreas there. And you can see Chris is just coming down into the chicane. There. He's catching him. He's catching him. 10 minutes, is he going to do it? That's a long shot, but, you know, one thing I've seen is never write Chris off. He's absolutely flying at the moment. Let's put the lap times back up on the screen again. He may have lost a bit of time that time as a result of that, which he did. But equally, you know, Bywater struggled as well. So even though Chris had a bad lap, it looks like Neil did. So I'm half expecting Chris to put a good lap in this time. Let's just see how that goes and pans out a little bit. The field is well and truly spread out now. We've only got looks like back markers passing people. 46. Yeah, we've got back markers passing people by the looks of it. You can see Chris's car's pretty beaten up there. 73's gone off. That's Stefan in the chicane. He's kept it going. You reckon we're going to get splashes and dashes? They're quite thirsty, these Porsches. I mean, to be honest, Carlo could probably drop it right down onto a couple of run it on a different program. He might actually finish. He's 20 seconds ahead. He could probably afford to drop it down 4 or 5 notches, to be honest, and still claim the win. Let's see how we're doing on the splits. But Chris, yeah, he's getting over half a second quicker now. So we are 9 minutes to go, and the gap is down to... Oh, it's reducing significantly, it's fair to say. You can see both cars. When he gets the right shot, you can see both cars in the view of the camera there. But he's going hell for leather, Chris. I bet he's sweating. Get the towels out, so you can see Neil just going through there. Good angles there from Chris, as you can see. But equally, good angles from Neil as well. Ooh, I wouldn't want to call this. I'm wondering, you know, whether Neil's on fuel saving and he's saving it for a couple of laps and then he's going to put it back on at the end. I think Chris, someone in the chat before, it might have been Chris, was saying we're going to run the car lean for the first few laps so he can push. Might have been Carlo. I'm not too sure who it is. So that would explain why we've now got the power coming to fruition. Something's happened with Neil's name there. It's showing him as black on the screen. Is that because I've got him selected? I've no idea. No, it's showing him his name is on black. Oh, on the tower. I have no idea why. You can see he's definitely gaining on him here. So let's have a lap more, sorry. So 151.9, no 152.1. So he's still quicker. Sousa's catching Owens slowly. That's for 11th position. Keep an eye on that in case we need to jump. I don't know why Neil's name's showing in a different colour on the timing screen. Bizarre. Not like he's been flagged. Hi Uwe, welcome to the stream. Unfortunate with you spinning off a little bit. We watched a couple of your journeys, your adventures. Carlo's going faster and faster up front. There's no way he's running lean, is it? Pity you can't see how much fuel's left in the car. I don't know if he's flagged or not. I don't quite understand it. Can't see the reason why it would show his name in black. He's definitely blacking his name out for some reason. Ah! Now then, are you onto something? So, if that's the case, I should be able to... Yes, you're absolutely spot on. Well done, Malk. Well done indeed, my friend. Didn't know that. As I said, it's all new. I'm still learning. You can still see there, Chris is still chomping away with 5 minutes to go. Well done, Malcolm. You're a star there. So because I'm keeping track of it as a comparison on the comparison screen, it's showing him as the alternative car. So yeah, you can have a badge for that one. Carlo's a second down on his fastest lap, so I don't know if he's made a mistake or he's now gone into fuel saving mode. Significantly slower. He's not going to get caught, but he's significantly slower. Chris, meanwhile, I think is eating away. He was over half a second, nearly a second faster last lap, and you can see there, is that Neil starting to get a bit ragged and go off track a little bit. We can visually see him in front now. Oh, I thought the back end was coming round then. Maybe it was just me, but I thought it looked like the back end was coming round. Yeah, he's definitely gaining on him. Keep an eye on the lap comparisons. I'll put it back on in a minute for you. Ooh, he's battling with it there. I don't know if his tyres are going, but he's battling. Equally, Neil's looks like fighting with his as well. Gap's down to 3 seconds. 4 minutes. He's not. I don't think he's going to catch him. It was Jack. Stunning, mate. Absolute stunning that was. And if you watch the stream at the beginning, you'll hear me say all that. Cheers, Robert. Thanks for backing me up. As I said, I get to watch you week in, week out. And you can see the difference in drivers. Right, so he was half a second faster the last lap. You can see he's visually gaining on him. Is he gonna catch him? Catching and passing is another thing, but this track, because of the long straights, get the right drive, you might do it. My only concern with this is Chris's car's battered quite a bit. I'm just wondering whether that's going to let him down a little bit. He's mounted that curb quite strongly there. Again, Neil's gone off. Gap's getting down to 2 seconds. But that well again. Neil's just gone a bit deep there. All these little going offs just stop the traction ever so slightly. And interestingly, there's 2 cars fighting in front of Neil here. I don't think they are fighting. I think they're just on track because there's no one who seems to be close to each other at the moment. But hopefully Neil can bypass them without trouble. So he's half a second up this lap compared to last lap. Is Chris. Blue flag's coming out there, so obviously back markers. But like he struggled in that corner a little bit. Yeah, the gap that time wasn't as significant at 52.4 versus 52.6. I think Chris struggled in that last corner on the Parabolica. And there's Andreas taking the slow boat to China. And that could have been, I'm not too sure if that was Michelle who's gone off there in the middle. It's gone in the middle. Yeah, it was Michelle, number 1. Been no incidents though since lap 11, and we're well into lap 31 now. We've managed to pass Andreas. Obviously Andreas got spun out a little bit there. Thing is, Jack, you know, you always hear Willie say, don't race the person in front of you, just race yourself. They don't think about the pressure. As long as you don't make a mistake, let them make the mistakes. Again, I'm going to see what the lap comparison is going to be here. We're getting towards the end now. I'll jump on board with with Carlo in a minute. As Carlo takes his, he's on his final lap, Carlo. Not going to catch him, is he? Down to 1.8. On deep into that corner again. Definitely gain on him. So I reckon he was a good second up this time. Let's see. Neil's done a 152.9 and Chris has done a 152.1. So good half second he's gained on him there. Not going to get him, I think it's fair to say. Hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. Never say never. Looming large in his mirrors. Large in his mirrors. Right, I'm going to jump on board with Carlo. For obvious reasons. I will keep an eye on that gap between Chris and Neil. Obviously, Carlo's currently the lead in the race, and it's only right he takes the spoils for the finish line. You see PJ's bonnet looking rather sullen there behind. Yeah, Jack, I was watching your times. You're nearly as quick as me in the GT3, mate. I think it's fair to say Carlo's ruled that.
The leader has finished the race.
Well done, Carlo. Deserved winner there. Let's jump on board with Neil. Neil's managed to hold off Chris, but only just. Well, he says that. Slight mistake round the corner here. And anything could happen. Got a good run, Chris, here, actually. I think Chris is going to get Andreas. He's not going to get Neil. He's gone wide, though. Bit of flashing lights. Nice on Neil, like that. I like that. Okay. Derek's coming over the line. Derek's had another consistent race. Shane's coming round. He's still coming down the... get around the parabolic yet. Yeah, I'm in the 149s. It's not going to help in the Group 1 because I think them guys are in the 147s. So I'll be sitting at the back again. Terry next. Got one final thing yet, guys. Don't just disappear. Done a very interesting end to this race. With it being the end of the season. Okay, that's everybody finished. Hopefully this works. Enjoy. Okay, final congratulations to Derek, who I believe is the Porsche Championship winner, and I believe he won it last week. From my perspective, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you again tomorrow. Bye all.